Welcome to Living the Sweet Life with Azucar. Living the Sweet Life with Azucar is a podcast by mental health therapist, spoken word artist, author, screenwriter, and playwright Simone Nicole, better known as Azucar, discussing what it is like to be creative in the working world in her interview segment Ask Azucar, finding solutions to any mental wellness questions in her Q&A segment Work Well Wednesdays, and spilling the tea in her special bi-weekly dating episodic Welcome to the Sugar Factory. Subscribers receive goodies on Freebie Fridays according to their tier level. Please remember to join the Sweet Teas on patreon.com/LA Sugar Factory. Good night, everyone. This is another one of my favorite episodes of Ask Asuka because this person that is about to grace your airwaves is like living art walking. I love her to death. I love her to death. I'm gonna let her introduce herself and we're gonna get into this.
Hey guys, super excited to be here. Thank you for the sweet intro. Basically my name is Erica, last name Fermin. I go by Acrylicophoria, like in socials and everything. Basically I'm an abstract painter, expressionist. I've been painting since 2016, but for the last like 2 years is when I actually started taking it serious as like a career, and just valuing the talent that God gave me. And along the way, I was crossing the paths with Azucar, and we've made some magic together. Some of my favorite paintings, for sure, because it's been more than one at this point.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's it. I'm here, born and raised in New York City. Looking to go worldwide. So we'll see how that ride is.
I plan to take her worldwide. If y'all late to the party, she's on my train if you're wondering where she at.
Yes,
Hey, listen. Oh my goodness. I love your artwork. I love your artwork. So like you said you started taking it seriously 2 years ago, but like what was your beginnings? Like where did it stem from? Like what was your first painting or your first
yeah,
venture?
sure. Well, I mean, like your parents, a lot of us they save like kid stuff. So, I actually there's like kids paintings of like 2 and 3 years old that look very similar to the stuff I do right now. So I could say that it's been like my whole life, artistically inspired and inclined. But when I was younger, I used to just write a lot. I used to write a lot of like short story things, which then turned into like rhyme stories, and then eventually, obviously, like doing just basic poetry as is. And I'd say when I was like 16 or 17, or yeah, like somewhere around there, because whatever year 2016 was, however age I was then, I'm 30 now, so somebody do the math.
Yeah, we'll
But
do that.
right. But so yeah, basically what happened is I was like writing this poem, and I kept writing like the same poem. But it was like different ways of the same poem, and it just wasn't hitting how it wasn't like, helping me to release what it is that I wanted to release. And I started imagining like myself with this like plunger in my throat, where it'd be like if I could just take it out, then I would be okay. Like I'd finally feel good. And so I don't know, I was literally like just sleeping, and I started dreaming about this like image of this like brain machine. And I started just composing these sketches. And so at the end of everything, I had my first painting, which is called Self Distortion. And it's like a self portrait of this girl who's like too full of everything. And so that's where everything started. I really loved the feeling of like being free in a way that poetry does not feel free to me personally. Um,
Wow, well, I got goosebumps.
yeah. So thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
I re-
That whole like plunger in your throat thing, if y'all did not see my face when you said that, like my jaw was
out of here because, yo, understanding when you feel so much and you feel so trapped and you
Yeah,
don't know how to let it out. And
yeah,
seriously, he has touched me in that way too. Of like, I woken up with whole poems,
yeah.
or at least like, girl, you better get up out your bed and finish this.
And finish this.
Yeah, yeah, wow, wow. Oh my goodness.
So
And
after
now
that,
you are like this great, great artist, painter that like transforms things. Um,
yeah,
yes. So
thank
I wanted to ask you, I don't think I ever asked you specifically. So I had asked Erica to do like a live painting. I asked Erica to paint at one of my shows for me, like the first installation of my baby, DSM Live. And so she painted, and I want to kind of ask you, like, how was that experience for you, as to like going from just painting in your own time to like painting real time? Like, how was that transformation, I say?
It was amazing. I'm still so grateful that you even asked me to do that. Because it allowed me to just like confront like five different things at once. That's number one. What I'll say is like I have high respect for live performance of any kind because it doesn't matter like when you get on a stage, it feels very different than doing what you do privately. Um, and to me, I'm a very competitive person. That's something that anyone who really knows me, they know I'm a very competitive person. And the biggest person I'm always competing against is myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so the live painting for me, it felt like, okay, it's time to get in the ring, you and you.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what happens, like let's see what happens. Who's gonna come out on top? And it's me, like me versus me. But hearing I didn't know what to expect. I didn't come into that performance with any type of plan whatsoever. We did not rehearse anything.
Nothing.
Nothing about nothing. And that just sums me up in a nutshell. I'm just the type of person that I'm gonna let go and let God every time. And even before I knew about that, I was doing it. And I'm like, well, it's gonna work out. And
Mm-hmm.
so I really just prepared myself mentally to not be thinking my thoughts. I wanted to live in your world. And so I like got in the space. That's why I just was like breathing the space because that's it. Like you're already in there, whatever. It's like in the space is in the space, right? And then for me, the next thing was actually hearing the poetry and translating the words to colors. And the thing is, for me, like I told you, when I made my first painting, that was what I was doing is translating these words that didn't necessarily fit into a painting instead. And so your poem just, oh my God, dude, I was like, I had to put my seatbelt on. Like everything was just it felt like everything was moving so fast. Like
Mm-hmm.
I felt literally like I was on a roller coaster, but like a roller coaster of art. And I couldn't it's almost like I couldn't grab the paints like fast enough. I didn't have enough hands. Like cause didn't have enough like eyeballs to see everywhere I want to like paint at the same time. So it was a challenge in that sense, but it was super fun. And it made me start it like that just opened up a whole other avenue to my creativity because now that's just something that I do creatively.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. Like, oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
I have so many great lives that have happened since then. So many beautiful, touching, emotional moments. Like people have like a little piece of me in their houses. Like this.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you. It's been amazing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm gonna stop gushing because what's your vibe? Because you've done a lot of live painting now.
Mm.
So what do you feel like your vibe is different when it's is your vibe different with poetry versus music or anything like that? Or it's just like you're just trying to be a conduit?
Oh wow, that's a great question. Ooh, okay. So I feel that's been actually my challenge this year, and it's kind of the reason why I have slowed down on the live painting OD and kind of I don't even like want to do it as much as I was doing it because I feel whatever connecting thing was happening is not happening the same way anymore. And I want to respect that. I don't want to try to fit a circle into a square of my own talent, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning of the live painting and like starting from you, I was like just a conduit. It wasn't different in any way, whether it was a poem, a song, a comedian, a dancer. It was like all the same. It was just like this fluid translation, right? I think somewhere along the way, I now find it more difficult, different like mediums of performance, like back to back. So, for example, if it's like three poets, I'm like flowing. But if there's like a poet and then a comedian, I'm kind of thrown off. And that wasn't happening before, but it's happening now. And I'm just like, oh,
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Wow.
great question.
Because that's why sometimes when I was writing and when I would go to shows, I wouldn't have a set list
Mm-hmm.
because I would kind of see the vibe of the space.
Yeah.
And it's getting interesting now on stages where people are like, forget the vibe of the space. The mic is your mic. Do whatever you want on the mic.
And it's like, huh? What do you
Yeah.
mean the vibe of the space? The space is an entity itself. The
Yeah.
frequency of the room is another entity. The temperature of the room is another entity. We can't just disregard and get up there and do what we want. But that's just like me.
Yeah.
That's just me as an artist that I'm like, I think everybody has to find their what's cool for them and just remove yourself from things that's not for you and find where you're gonna be good, you know?
Yes. I guess it's a two-part question.
Mm.
In letting go and letting God, and then I want to say curating the spaces in which you're in. So like if you don't vibe with a space, you move or whatnot. How has that affected your art? Your art?
I think that it is affecting because I would say like I think everything like choosing this as a career and then like just being good at it or like enjoying it or whatever you want to identify like with in terms of your artistic ability. I think like choosing it as a career is really different, right? So that in itself like affected my artwork because then I'm in like a constant mental combo of like, okay, are people X or is Erica X?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that to me, sometimes that affects like the color choices or the subject matter, or maybe like me not even exploring controversial topics at the moment. Um, and then letting go and letting God, I think, has affected my artwork because it quiets the noise. I think when I was first painting, I had so much noise in my head all the time. And so my paintings reflect that. But now I think I've been working on like it's like a completely different like artistic trajectory. I can show you better than I can like tell you. Like I have something in reach, so it's easy.
Okay. I'm
Like,
excited to see
yeah.
y'all. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Like you see this, like behind
Uh-huh.
me, you've seen
Yeah.
room is everywhere. So this is not like a stage thing. It's just literally that's all. but you see, like this is it's like very loud. There's so much happening when you sit with it. You're gonna have like feelings and stuff. Okay, cool. Letting go and letting God has meant that like I paint stuff like this instead.
Wow. Okay, so for y'all that cannot see, the Patreon people will get to see because y'all will get to the raw recording.
Yeah,
But like she
I can.
started out with the what's it called? What's it called? With a whole bunch of telephones and like telephone lines and like chaos and things. It's beautiful, by the way.
Call
It's
me never.
beautiful.
Call
It's
me never.
beautiful chaos. Call me never. Call me never. It's beautiful chaos. And then she showed me once she quieted and let, God do what God does. It's landscapes. It's trees. It's nature,
Yeah,
quote unquote.
and more like patient. That's another thing. There we go. Now I'm like getting the words. My art in a succinct sentence, I'd say those things, letting go and letting God, and just like leaning in, it has made me a much more patient artist. I do not feel the need to finish a painting in one sitting or in two sittings or finish it at all or show anyone at all. Like I'm just molding everything as it is and as he would like it to be in whatever way that's going to glorify him.
Amen. Amen. More goosebumps, more goosebumps. So if y'all have not understood right now from this conversation, Erica and I are very tapped into the divine. We make it purposeful for us to get recharged by, in this case, God. I don't know, however y'all want to subscribe to that. Um, have you ever felt like a different, I don't even know how to say this. Do you feel the difference as to, because you were saying like your artistic trajectory is different and everything. Do you feel the difference depending on the space that you're in of like what might be happening there and how that can affect your art? Because you said you like choose color schemes based on what's happening, but like have you naturally felt it in your body and in your like third eye, if you want to say like that, yo, this might be different?
Yes. Yeah. And anyone who has seen me perform live, they've seen the switch like in front of their eyes. It's like sometimes I'll pull a bunch of colors out. I'm looking around because my kitty cat is like everywhere. Um, but sometimes I am like I like step in and I'm like I like to arrive before a majority of the people are there. And so I get to just like me and the space and the like artists, right? Okay, we can connect. And that's like me separating the space from the experience. So then I can be more intentional with my canvas. However, there's other times that I have entered the space and it's super loud. Everybody's already in the space. Everything is already kind of like in motion. And I think like those are moments where I've had a plan in mind and I'm like putting my colors out and then you'll see me painting and I'm like switching everything. I'm like, oh wait, never mind. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, I like it's just so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful to see just art in action. Okay. So I don't know if we talked about this, but we're nearing our end. So like I don't know if we talked about this, but I'm gonna drop it in here and you could stew on it. Did I ever talk to you about how like my friend and I wanted to open like a like a Love Jonesy cafe type deal and have like lounge and art all the time? Did I tell you of this?
You did not tell me about this idea. Are we soft launching an idea here?
Yes, we are soft launching an idea. So
Yeah.
like when we saw Love Jones
Hmm.
and so we were like, okay, so we need to have a space where we just do poetry and painting all the time.
Yep. That,
And
that's like I have the image in my head as well. Like I have the idea in my head You're transporting it to my brain right now.
So that I hope one day like we can brick and mortar and break it. And yes, the lips behind me will be somewhere around there because I feel like, especially with that image you said earlier about like everything being stuck, it's time to like be free and
Yeah.
no boundaries and just open your artwork, open your heart. What are your advice for any up and coming painters, any up and coming artists that want to kind of break new ground and do their own thing?
Ooh, okay. So, I mean, my biggest advice is it's gonna contradict advice because my biggest advice is literally don't listen to anybody. Everything that people have like said or thought or anything, I receive it, and low key I immediately throw it in the trash because I'm just like, well, you're like not me, and also like your artwork is not how my artwork is, so it's going to speak to different kind of people. And I think that is the greatest advice that then you can follow is like receive what people are sharing and look more than you listen. And what I mean by that, and that is only specific to the art industry. I do not believe that about any other industry. But I think visual artists need to use their eyeballs, not only creatively, but discerningly. And that means that everything that sounds good, you have to look whether that matches up to what it is that is being said. And so for me, I think that it's very important for you to believe in yourself and not just say that like in a corny way, actually be like delusional. You have to sit in front of the mirror and say, no, I'm the best at this. I can do this. I am going to do this. And say it as many times as you need to until you believe it. And just like, don't be, like, don't be afraid. Let your fear like push you into the next thing that you're trying to do, because somebody else who is not as talented as you, but they are more confident than you, are going to get the opportunity just because they're more confident.
Like the dude that was on the news about writing sayings on potatoes. I was like, what? No. No, no, no.
Well, be like, yeah, this is a masterpiece. Hello, did I stutter? And that's how we need to be coming out with our stuff. Yes, this is $5,000. Did I stutter? No. And if you can't afford it, that's okay. I'm so glad and I'm grateful that you came and you looked and you interacted with it. But I still want to believe that that's 5,000, and I'm going to continue to take it to the rooms that are 5,000. Like, I don't know.
Period. So tell everybody where to find you. And yes, we will be doing a part 2 because my book is coming out and this lady did the cover. Yeah. So you will see a part 2 soon. But tell everybody where they can find you before we end.
Thank you. So again, my name is Erica Fermin. You guys can find me right now on Instagram and Threads under acrylic, like the nails, ACRYLIC. Ooh, spelling bee. _ Euphoria, like the show. So EUPHORIA. I am launching a website. By the end of June, it's gonna be on the internet's live and direct. So I'll be dropping that URL and everything when this comes out. And praise God for creative juices flowing. So thank everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you, Azucar, for having me. This has been so much fun.
Oh my gosh, yes, I love you. I love you. Everyone have a wonderful night and we will see you next week. I don't know who I'm talking to, but stay tuned.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for listening to Living the Sweet Life with Azucar. Check us out on Instagram at La Vida Dulce Pod and at LA Sugar F on Twitter, and join the Sweet Teas crew on our Patreon to get behind the scenes access, exclusive first looks, and customized Azucar Welcome to the Sugar Factory merch. Check out our website, sweetlifewithazucar.libsyn.com, and don't forget to DM us at La Vida Dulce Pod for your questions for the Work Well Wednesday segment. See you next week with Welcome to the Sugar Factory and the next installment of Sugary Scandal and Entanglements.